what the world is watching.
Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of GWE. That's right, just a guy like me talking about wrestling. Currently 0 subscribers, 0 watchers, 0 comments, 0 everything. But maybe one day in the future then. So my name is Raj. I am the host of GWE episode 1 and hopefully episode 500 one day in the future. Right, so a little bit about me. I started watching wrestling when I was about 9 years old. My first ever pay-per-view, as it was at the time, PLE now, was the Survivor Series 1989. And I'm not sure if I watched all of it, but the first one I definitely watched all of was the 1990 Royal Rumble. We were allowed to stay up late. It was till midnight in England. That was an epic event. And then my first WrestleMania was Hulk Hogan versus The Ultimate Warrior, the Ultimate Challenge, WrestleMania 6. I have watched wrestling pretty much since then. In the last few years, I've attended WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania. Well, I've attended the last 2 and I'll be attending in Philly and we'll definitely be recording videos when myself, and I'm going to introduce her now, a special guest for this and maybe future shows, my daughter Talia. She's going to come in and sit on her Money in the Bank chair. So this is my daughter Talia.
Hi.
So she has been a wrestling fan since how old?
0.
Pretty much 0. She has been a wrestling fan since about 0 years old. She's been wrestled since she's been 0 years old. And she's watched it for probably at least 6 years of her 8 years of life.
Actually, 7.
7, probably.
No. 8. Because...
8, yeah. Yeah, even as a baby you watched it. That is very true. So, that's a very quick intro to us, but that's going to be very boring for all of the millions of people watching this. So what are we going to talk about on the first ever episode of GWE? I wonder what we're going to talk about. The biggest story in wrestling and entertainment right now. SmackDown, Friday night, Cody Rhodes is going to make his decision. Roman Reigns comes to the ring. The crowd acknowledges him. Cody comes out, starts talking, says he is going to finish his story, but not at WrestleMania. And he says he's been taking some counsel, he's been talking to some legends, and then one legend that Roman Reigns knows pretty well. And then suddenly what happens is, if you smell, and you know the rest, so you don't need a complete recap. And this has caused chaos in the last couple of days. We want Cody Mania, all of this sort of stuff has been trending on X, on Twitter, on Instagram. People have been writing comments. I've never seen such a volume of negative comments under The Rock's Instagram post, tweeting WWE, tweeting Triple H, telling him to change this. But it does look like it's going to be Roman Reigns versus The Rock. So let me ask my guest a question. As you are going to Philadelphia with me, to your second WrestleMania, so her first WrestleMania was WrestleMania Hollywood last year. If you had the choice right now, this is pressure, what would you rather see? Roman Reigns versus arguably the most famous man on the planet, The Rock? Or would you like to see Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, Cody potentially finally finishing his story? I don't think I even know what Talia's answer is going to be here.
Cody versus Roman.
Oh, she's gone back to Cody. What about that bald man in Moana that you love? Well, that's interesting because that seems to be the view of quite a lot of people on the internet or in crowds. And the really interesting thing will be on Raw tomorrow night when we get some first reactions. So this is my take on it. So The Rock versus Roman Reigns is a dream match. It's been a dream match that since Roman Reigns became the head of the table, since he became the tribal chief, that we thought we would never have, because we fought every year, and then we fought last year in Hollywood. Of course it's going to happen in Hollywood. It's Dwayne, he's in Hollywood, and it never happened. Never happened.
Yeah, because he always cheats.
Who cheats?
Roman Reigns.
She thinks Roman Reigns cheats. He doesn't cheat. Soda doesn't know what he's doing half the time, does he? But it never happened. It never happened. Never happened. Then a few weeks ago on Raw day one, we got The Rock come out. He whips Jinder Mahal's ass. And then, oh yeah, do we beep that out? Is that allowed on YouTube? I don't know. We'll find out. And then he says where The Rock's going to get out for some food. And where should The Rock eat? Should The Rock eat at the bar? Should The Rock eat in a booth? Or should The Rock eat at the head of the table? The crowd go crazy. And then Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble last weekend. Throws CM Punk out. CM Punk's now injured. We'll talk about that another time. And Cody points to Roman Reigns. Then Seth Rollins comes out on Raw, says, oh, okay, what's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. Fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. No one thinks he's going to pick Seth. Has he picked Seth? We don't know. We're assuming he's picked Seth. We're assuming it's going to be The Rock versus Roman and Seth versus Cody. So I don't know. A few months ago, I would have said, I want Roman versus The Rock. A few years ago, I wanted Roman versus The Rock. I like Cody Rhodes. Do you like Cody Rhodes? Where's your glass? You didn't bring it. Oh, you didn't bring your... She's got a Cody Rhodes glass, everyone. Maybe for the next episode, we'll see the Cody Rhodes glass. Got Cody Rhodes t-shirt. Cody Rhodes weight belt. I'm gonna do some... We've got this. But at the same time, it's once in a lifetime. The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I think this is to be continued. I need to have a think. I am torn. I am 50-50. Half of me wants to see this dream match. Half of me wants to see Cody try and finish the story. And now you're inkling towards Cody, aren't you? Well, I think that wraps up the first ever episode of GWE. And we're going to have much more to talk about after Raw. We'll do another one. And just randomly, when we have some opinions, we'll do one. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for watching, everyone. The millions. And... Subscribe. Oh yeah, how can I forget? Where's the button? Subscribe. I don't know if we even... Subscribe here. Peace out.
Peace.
Acknowledge me.